I would add language, and until after the next mayoral race, till we know who the candidate is put in as the mayor of the city. Chair, because my question is, I would hate to see the next mayor try to stop this project, Chair, and what we have are contracts being signed in opposition to the will of the next mayor. And I really think, Chair, that I'm going to ask you my question. If it were added, not until a full funding grant agreement were executed, why not also add and say, wait till the mayor's election is over? Why not wait and find out? Because the people want to speak up on this. Chair.
Discussion. Councilmember Berg.
Thank you so much, Chair. I'll say this again, members. I tried my best to satisfy and qualm. I believe Council District 1 wanted this on the ballot. I believe that the voters want another stab at this. I think they understand what a bait and switch is, Chair, and I think that what we have here in this resolution is to continue and to allow and condone mismanagement and continuation of contracts, whether it's facilitated with propaganda, with PR for these contracts, saying it needs to be done now ahead of time. I just think that it's going in the wrong direction. And I just want to say that poll after poll has revealed to the public at large that they're against this project. We have a candidate for mayor, if in the event that that person is successful, who is anti-rail. I think that it would be reckless for this council to actually go ahead and allow for any further contract. If I had my way, it'd be a cease and desist. Stop everything right now. Wait until we have this election cycle over, and then find out and go from there. So my objections are, Chair, no on this resolution. I think that the state taking its 10% cut, I think this goes on and on and on. This is a real sloppy job, and this thing's trying to make a sloppy job look somewhat credible. This is a very uncredible product, and I don't think 12-158 is going to satisfy anything. I think it should stop all contracts right here and now. Stop the fleecing. Vote no on 12-158. The disagreement. I think the three lawsuits outstanding, one with Ansaldo Bombardier and procurement, the other one with the EV, the burials, and more importantly, HonoluluTraffic.com, Governor Cayetano, Professor Randall Roth, and others. I think they're all going to be successful. And one of the reasons I do say that is I was a little bit alarmed that you went ahead and purchased the 20 miles, from my understanding, all the steel. So in the event that HonoluluTraffic.com is successful at the end of August in a lawsuit, and it goes back to a supplemental EIS, which is seeking the relief from the judge, what are you going to do with 20 miles of steel?
Well, as you know, we respectfully disagree. We think that we are in a very good position relative to the lawsuits, and to this point, we have prevailed and seen even the narrowing of the lawsuit that you mentioned regarding the EIS. So we actually feel quite confident in that. We obviously are in communication with the Federal Transit Administration, who are aware of the pending lawsuits as well, and they, as you know, have issued us at this point, I guess, 3 letters of no prejudice, allowing us to continue spending not only our money but also federal funds. I believe we're also displaying their confidence in where we're headed.
You know, I'm looking at the language of this resolution in a construction contract. I'm taking into account then that any condemnation, if there were such, my understanding really is that there's been an agreement. There's nobody holding back. Everywhere that you got to go in this route, every phase thus far,
yes,
there's been acknowledgement that they'll take the purchase price being offered for the property. You've hired a company from California to do the property acquisition, a realtor company from California, more jobs for out-of-state workers. So in the event that this resolution were to pass, and in the event in your design you've come across where you need to do more acquisition of other properties, whether it could be burials, not just in the Kaka'ako of Phase 4, which is fully expected, but something else comes about, and you're going to have to do a change order, and you need to... Does this resolution hinder you in any way? I just want to be straight up on this, whether you're pro or con rail, is that if this resolution is to say for the taxpayers, the introducer has said it wants to make sure that you don't have any more $15 million contracts going out that you couldn't execute, and so the taxpayer lost out on that or caused overruns. I'm looking at things that maybe are the unknowns. Like I mentioned, the 3 lawsuits. in the event of the Intermediate Court of Appeals, they say Bombardier had a fair shake at this, Ansaldo could have been disqualified because they weren't licensed to do business in the state of Hawaii, and it turns out that they win their case in the Intermediate Court of Appeals, how can this construction go through with a company that may be disqualified?
Well, I think there are two issues, because the case that you cite has to do with the vehicles and the maintenance and storage facility and how that would operate, and the earlier comments you made had to do with the fixed guideway.
Yes.
So I don't think that one would impact the other.
Okay, and then I just want to make clear, Chair, that this goes in the minutes, that in the event this resolution were to pass, it's undertaking in its language, Chair, that their lawsuit is not going to succeed, that the city will prevail, that the environmental impact statement, the Section 106, and if I can just remind you, Chair, my question is the judge so far only dismissed a handful of properties. I think there's some 10 properties that are still in play that the city could lose out on. And of those 10 properties, it could be deemed that the environmental impact statement was flawed and it wasn't done in a precise, accurate manner in compliance to the National Historic and other venues. This resolution then says no more additional notices to proceed, no more construction contracts, but to go ahead and buy all the steel. Is there anything else that you think that you would be able to do before this resolution passed? Are you going to buy, do you think you need to purchase, any other implements for this rail in advance to save money besides the 20 miles of steel that you already purchased?
I can certainly take a look at the supply with the master schedule and let you know what we would be anticipating to do. But I think the most critical point was your earlier question about would the language impact on any notice to proceed for new construction, and that I can tell you we don't anticipate, but we do anticipate issuing notices to proceed for some of the design work for the third and fourth phase.
The very last sentence, it's contingent upon till a full funding grant agreement has been executed. You know, Chair, if you would consider members as well, and this is in my question, I would add language, and until after the next mayoral race, till we know who the candidate is put in as the mayor of the city. Chair, because my question is, I would hate to see the next mayor try to stop this project, Chair, and what we have are contracts being signed in opposition to the will of the next mayor. And I really think, Chair, that I'm going to ask you my question. If it were added, not till a full funding grant agreement were executed, why not also add and say, wait till the mayor's election is over? Why not wait and find out? Because the people want to speak up on this. Chair.
Let me answer that. I don't think we should be conditioning this resolution or the full funding grant agreement, etc., and adding certain conditions about whoever wins the mayorship. I don't want to deal in the politics of this.